got another carnivore week this week. I intermittent fasted 16/8 and I got 10,000 steps each day. So I'm gonna show you what I ate and give you a weigh-in. Stay tuned. Everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lydia. If you're new here, I have been on a ketogenic, low-carb lifestyle for the past 3 years, and I have lost 85 pounds. I am on my mission to a healthier me, and my goal of hitting that 100 pounds lost milestone. So if you want to see me reach my goals, make sure to stick around, hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so you find out when all the videos are getting posted. This week I did carnivore again, just like I did last week, but the biggest difference was that I incorporated intermittent fasting 16/8 and I made sure I got my 10,000 steps. I even did a 10,000 steps challenge, which is going to be featured in an upcoming video, so stay tuned for that. I did make sure I got some apple cider vinegar in throughout the week. So let me just show you what I ate and then we will talk weigh-in. Check it out. All right, so this morning I have a doctor's appointment. It is 10:25. My appointment was at 10 and I have been fasting because I think I'm gonna get blood work done. I need it for a referral for my follow-up appointment with my cardiologist when I had my stent done last October. So that is what I am doing. I cannot wait to get out of here because I am dying for some coffee and some food. I haven't eaten since I think 3 o'clock yesterday. And I'm not looking forward to my blood work because I never have good veins. My veins are really hard to find when I'm giving blood. So I'm hoping it is easy and I am in and out of here quickly. I am finally home from my doctor's appointment. It is 11:30. I have been fasting for 20 and a half hours and I can finally have my coffee and eat something. So first things first is my coffee. I have a tablespoon of my super creamer, collagen scoop coffee. I'm gonna put some sugar-free whipped cream on top, you know, the usual. And then yesterday was my dad's birthday, so we brought home some leftover brisket. So I'm going to toast up some of this protein bread, add a couple of slices of this provolone cheese, and eat a brisket sandwich. All right, here is my first meal of the day. The sandwich came out good. I do have 2 slices of provolone, some mayo, the protein bread, the last of it. I don't know if I'm gonna make another loaf this week or not. And of course my coffee, here we go. All right, I am heading out the door and I'm gonna have to eat dinner on the run today. So I've got some buffalo chicken tenders, 6 ounces. I got 3 ounces of roast beef. I do have 2 tablespoons of ranch for my spicy chicken tenders. And this is what I am gonna end my night with. I think I'm gonna probably close my eating window about 6:15 or so. And then I'm gonna try fasting this week and see how we do. All right, for today's coffee, it is 10 a.m. and I've been fasting for 16 hours. So I can have my coffee now. So in today's coffee, I'm actually going to do a carnivore coffee today. So I'm going to do a tablespoon of butter, 1 egg yolk in my coffee, and I'm going to blend it up. And I'm going to skip the collagen and the cream and even my sugar-free topping and just do something a little bit different today. gonna try. It is 2:30 in the afternoon and I am about to eat my first, I guess, real meal. I had my 2 boiled eggs earlier, but I literally weighed out 9 ounces of ground beef. That's how much meat I need to ingest today, which is a lot. I did melt 3 ounces of the cheddar, which is a lot of cheese, but I'm gonna make little tacos in it, and then I'm gonna put, I think, 2 tablespoons of the light sour cream and some Frank's Red Hot. I'm not sure if this is true carnivore today. I think it is. I'm not putting guacamole or chunky salsa or anything like that, but I've got 1 shell that's kind of crispier, and then I've got the other 2 that are kind of soft. So as you can see, I have a small, medium, and large shell over here. Okay, literally half the meat went into the tacos. So I'm gonna eat half of it in taco form and the other half just from the plate here. And I think I'm gonna be done for the day after this. I don't know, I think I can have room for more protein. I do need to hit more protein today. I'm just not sure exactly where I'm gonna get it from. So unless I eat some chicken breast or something, I don't know. Gosh, gotta figure that out ahead of time. All right, it is 4:36. I'm gonna have a decaf and call it a day. I don't think I'm gonna be able to get the rest of my protein in, but tomorrow's a new day. We went grocery shopping today, and so we are meal prepping some rotisserie chicken for the week. And I'm also meal prepping some chicken. I've got some chicken tenderloins. Is that what they're called? Or chicken tenders? And I did do bacon wrapped chicken. I may have to flip them and do these again to make sure that the bacon is nice and crispy. And while I'm doing all this meal prep, I am finishing up my apple cider vinegar drink. And I am doing pretty good on steps today. Let's check it out. 11,459. Good morning, it is 9:05 and we are making another carnivore coffee with a tablespoon of butter and an egg yolk. And all that froth, I did squirt in a little bit of chocolate stevia. And this is what we got. It's not truly carnivore with the stevia, but trying something a little bit different this morning or this week. All right, let's get to it. So last night we made a little meal prepping for the week. I've got some chicken tenderloins in here that I made in the air fryer. I've got some same chicken tenderloins wrapped in bacon. We cut up the 2 rotisserie chickens and put it in here for easy access. Today we're gonna make this fish because we've been in a fish mood lately. And then this is the leftover ground beef from yesterday and some I think a dozen of boiled eggs. So we've got protein galore just waiting for us to use this week. It is about 11:30, and I am sitting down for my first meal of the day. I've got cheesy scrambled eggs with 2 chicken sausages and some Frank's Red Hot on top. All right, I was curious on how my chicken breast wrapped in bacon tasted like, so I popped a couple in the air fryer. It is, what time is it? Almost 1 o'clock. So I'm gonna eat on these little protein packed little snack of mine. All right, I am eating 2 boiled eggs and a piece of this mahi-mahi that I got from HEB. It is cooking in the air fryer. 3 more minutes left, and that should be the end of my day. And it is time for my coffee. So instead of doing my carnivore coffee, I'm gonna do about 3 ounces of this Premier protein because I found this chocolate peanut butter that sounds good. So I'm just gonna do about a quarter of it into my coffee and see how that goes. I'm kind of running low on my protein numbers this week, so I wanna see if maybe this might help. Let's see. I bought this new Newman's Own Organics coffee that I wanna try out. I found it at Marshall's, so let's see. It is 11:30 and it is time for me to eat something. I have this leftover ground beef that I'm going to go ahead and weigh out on the scale, and I'll probably put some of this Colby cheese on top to kind of make a cheesy beef concoction and do like a, what do you call it, deconstructed nachos with pork rinds. It's been a long time since I've had some pork rinds, so I'm just going to kind of eat it like a dip and see how that holds me over. I'm sure when I'm hungry later, probably in another couple of hours, I've got the bacon wrapped chicken breast. I also have the rotisserie chicken that I could reheat and eat as well. So lots of options. All right, it doesn't look fancy, but this is what I am eating. It doesn't even look like much when I put it next to each other, but I got two bowls here. One with the beef, cheese, sour cream, and hot sauce, and the other one with the pork rinds. All right, bon appetit. Caesar just made me some garlic butter shrimp. I've got 11 on here, and I'm just gonna snack on this. Totally not hungry, but trying to get that protein number up. So I'm gonna eat this chicken tender wrapped in bacon and then call it a day at 5:05. All right, I am ending my night with an apple cider vinegar drink, lemonade tonight. I've had a really great week, so I'm excited to get on the scale tomorrow morning and see what it says. Good night. Good morning, happy Friday. It is 8:30 in the morning and I've got a little bit of a headache. I've only been fasting for 15 and a half hours, but I'm not feeling too good. So I'm gonna go ahead and have my coffee. I am hungry, I do have a headache. Just kind of woke up that way. I know it's a little bit earlier than I need to be ending my fast, but I think I need it today. I am gonna get my steps in and get this day started. Here is the first meal for today. I've got 2 sausage patties underneath here. I don't know if you can see it. They're turkey sausage. There it is. A slice of Colby cheese and a fried egg on top that was cooked in Kerrygold butter, and a couple of slices of bacon on the side. We've got a carnivore's dream right here. Happy Friday. All right, I had weighed out 8 ounces of the rotisserie chicken. I've got dark and white meat. I'm gonna put some pink Himalayan salt on it, and this is gonna be the end of my day. Happy Friday. So my biggest thing this week was to up my protein goal. I shifted my numbers a bit and shifted my protein to 135 gram goal per day, and I shifted my fat to 100 grams of fat. So I tried to shift it a little bit to have a higher fat, higher protein, to see if that was going to kink my body into fat burning mode more, would shift differently. I'm not exactly sure. I was just kind of testing things out to see what would happen on my scale and how I would feel throughout the week. And to be honest with you, it worked better than I was anticipating it to work. I was not hungry. In fact, I did find myself quite challenging to get the 135 grams of protein in each day. I did fall short a few times at like 130 or 134. But I made a really good solid effort to try and get to that 135 mark. But the whole point is I actually increased my protein that I've been eating the past few weeks. So that is definitely a plus. And normally I was trying in the past to kind of like to monitor my fat because I figured, well, I have enough fat on my body. And, you know, I don't know, I'm listening to all these people and getting kind of inundated with all this different types of information. And I wasn't sure which way was up anymore. And a good friend had suggested that I up my fat, that maybe I was cutting too many calories and eating too less. And maybe I was cutting my fat too much and I need to increase that and see how my body responds. And I was pleasantly surprised in this week's results. So I have not done a carnivore coffee in some time, and I forget how much those are satisfying. With one egg yolk and a tablespoon of butter, blending it all up. I do need just a little squeeze of stevia in there. It's not true carnivore in its purest form because of that stevia and because of the coffee, obviously. But I tried to keep my carbs as low as possible this week. I mean, I'm sure if I took away the dairy and took away, you know, mayonnaise or any of the other extras that I was adding, you know, I could be as pure of a carnivore diet this week as possible. But, you know, I didn't, and I did what I could. I did keep track, and I did try to hit those goals, those protein goals. So that was my number one goal this week, was to hit the protein goals, get my steps in, and stick to my fasting to see how different I would feel and what it would show on the scale. So what did it show on the scale? Well, I'm glad you asked. Let me talk about the weigh-in. Last week I weighed in at 181.4. This week I weighed in at 179.8. I'm in the 170s. I'm so excited. So that is a loss of 1.6 pounds. It is one of the better losses I've had this month. I am very, very happy with that outcome. You know, one of the things that helped me this week was the meal prepping. Honestly, in the beginning of the week, meal prepping the ground beef and the chicken tenders wrapped in bacon and chicken tenders by itself, pulling the rotisserie chicken and having it in the fridge in case we wanted it, having boiled eggs ready to go at the drop of a hat. Like, it really helped to like grab what we could and eat it on the go or eat it quickly. But I wasn't hungry, and forcing myself to eat the protein was really hard because I'm like, gosh, I'm eating when I'm not hungry. Isn't that what they tell you not to do? Why am I eating when I'm not hungry? But honestly, if I didn't, I wouldn't have hit those goals. And that was my whole point for this week, is making sure I had enough food in my system and making sure that I hit those protein goals. And, you know, if the scale would have said anything, or if I would have felt differently in my body, then I can go, okay, you know what, next time I'm going to not push myself to get those calories in or that protein in if I'm not hungry. But you know, I think it worked out, so I can't complain too much. I mean, I wasn't feeling hungry. I didn't feel deprived. I did notice, though, you know, doing these past couple of weeks of eating carnivore, I did notice how I use my veggies and sides and condiments and dairy as fillers in my meals. Like, sometimes when I'm looking at my plate and I just see chicken, or I just see a steak, or I just see some chicken thighs, or I just see a piece of fish, and I always feel like something's missing. Like, what else can I add to this? Should I add broccoli? How about some cream spinach? Should I throw this on top of a salad? Like, I feel like I need to be making these bulk meals, and especially if I'm doing OMAD, if I'm eating 1 meal a day or 2 meals a day, you feel like you have to overcompensate. If I'm not having the carbs, if I'm not having this or that, I need to make it as big as possible. And so when you take all of that out of the equation and you just sit there left with the protein, you know, it looks like it's nothing, but at the same time, it's filling. You don't need as much. You're not hungry as much. The fat fills you up. I mean, having my coffee with the egg yolk and the butter in the morning, I mean, I was good. I felt great throughout the day. And then I could only, you know, nibble on a couple of boiled eggs and then maybe eat something, you know, pick on the chicken later. And then I was done for the day. Like, even though I got my calories in and I hit my protein goals, it did still feel like I didn't eat as much in my mind, but in my body, I was 100% stuffed. In fact, I wasn't even hungry trying to get those protein goals. So it was a really good learning experience this week. I like carnivore. I think it's just the fight of my head that always goes, but don't you love eating avocados? Don't you love eating, you know, creamed spinach or cauliflower rice or all of the extras? So I think even if I adopt this plan of staying carnivore Monday through Friday, allowing myself keto on the weekends to have whatever veggies that I want, or, you know, indulge a little bit more, have some Rebel ice cream or something like that on the weekend, that is a healthy balance for me. I think it keeps my cravings in check if there are any, and it helps me push it back to go, you know what, if I really want a salad, I'll have it on the weekend. If I really want, you know, riced cauliflower, I'll have it this weekend. It's not a big deal. So I think it's something that I can continue doing, keeping it carnivore during the week and keto on the weekend, which technically would call me ketovore if I continue on this way. But so far, so good. This week I did purchase the Premier protein shakes. I was trying to stay away from processed things, but man, trying to hit 135 grams of protein each day is super challenging to do it with just food. Like, I literally would be eating so much not being hungry. So I think drinking the protein shake helps me hit those numbers. I'm not sure if it's the cleanest or the best way to get those protein numbers up, but it was what I found that I could do this week. I don't know how you guys feel about Premier protein shakes and adding those to a carnivore diet, but you know, I did this week, not too much. Like, I think I did it once this week. I haven't tried it again, but you know, it was fine. It was fine. But all in all, it was a great week. I'm very proud of myself of getting my steps in this week. So make sure to look for that video where I talk about the 10,000 step challenge that I gave myself this week. I'm going to continue on next week. I was teetering around with the idea of having an off keto day this month just to kind of shake up my system. But I don't know, now that I feel like my body is adapting to this carnivore lifestyle, I'm not exactly sure if I'm going to go that route or not, especially with the holidays coming up. It's a slippery slope. It's a slippery slope. I just know it. So I don't know, I'm kind of like hesitant on doing that. But that is it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Leave me a comment. Let me know how your week went. Have you done a carnivore week or zero carb week? I'd love to hear about it. Post it in the comments below, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.